Charles here with Rocky Mountain ATV MC. Today I'm going to show you how to replace a bent or broken radius rod on your side-by-side. If your side-by-side has rear trailing arms, then you're going to have these radius rods in the back as well. Now you can see this lower one, it hangs down pretty low. It's susceptible to damage by rocks, logs, and other objects while you're out on the trail. And as you see, we bent ours, so we need to get that replaced. Now, common upgrade that a lot of people like to do on these is replace them with an aftermarket radius rod that gives you more clearance and is tougher. The Tusk Mohawk radius rod is a perfect replacement option if that's what you want to do. So keep that in mind. Now, replacement, it's a really simple procedure, and it's going to be a similar procedure for almost any brand of side-by-side that has this radius rod on it. There might be little differences, but it's going to be really, really close. So this should get you by, and we're going to show you how to do it on this RZR 900. To do this job, we need a few common hand tools, including sockets, combo wrenches, breaker bar, torque wrench. We're also going to use rags, safety glasses, rubber gloves, and depending on what machine you have, you may need a special socket for your lug nuts, and then we're also using some Loctite. As far as parts go, this is the Polaris OEM part or radius rod, and it's available under the OEM diagram on our website. Or if you decide to upgrade, you can go with something like these Tusk Mohawk radius rods. Now, not only are they beefed up quite a bit, but this lower one, it's going to give you a lot more clearance, and that way you're going to avoid some of the damage that could happen with one that just goes straight across. The first thing we need to do is raise the machine with a jack. We'll support it with some jack stands and remove whichever wheel of the side that you'll be working on. Once you've removed your rear wheel, you have access to the radius arms, and we're just going to remove one at a time. All you have to do is remove the two bolts that hold these in place. So this bolt, or the nut for this back bolt right here, this one is kind of hard to reach, but luckily Polaris gave us a little cutout so we can fit a 15mm wrench up in there and hold that nut. So we'll go ahead, remove the bolt, and then this should drop down. Now we can go ahead and remove this other bolt. The next step is to install our radius rod. To do that, we're going to install our bolt and make sure we have the washer on it already. We'll put that into place, and then we'll install our nylock nut. Even though this is a nylock nut, Polaris recommends replacing the nut every time this is off. But for us, we're just applying some blue Loctite just for some reassurance. And we're going to torque this to 40 foot-pounds. Next step is to line up the lower end of this radius rod with its mounting point. Now you can see this is kind of twisted. It does have that joint up there that swivels. So what we're going to do is try to line it up so it's at the same angle as this mount. So about right there. So to get the radius rod to line up, I'm going to pull up on this wheel bearing carrier. Once everything's lined up, I'm going to go ahead and push the bolt all the way through. The difference on this one is we have the washer on the same side as the nut at this mounting point. And then again, we're going to use this Loctite on the nut. Now we can tighten this bolt down. Once you have your radius rod torqued down, you can reinstall your wheel, raise the rear of the machine, remove the jack stands, and then once you lower the machine back down, make sure you tighten your lug nuts to specification. And that's all there is to replacing your radius rod on your side-by-side. It's really quick and simple to do. And if you need any of these parts, we have a lot of different options on our website, so be sure to check that out. And if you haven't already subscribed to our YouTube channel, be sure to do that because we have a lot of other helpful content on there. I'm Charles, thanks for watching.